Are you fascinated by true crime stories? Curious about the events that inspired the TV show Criminal Minds? In this video, we delve into the gripping world of minimal loss and its parallels to the real-life Waco incident. Explore the intense drama, psychological profiling, and the fine line between justice and tragedy. In this video, we'll compare these two captivating stories and uncover the chilling similarities. The television series Criminal Minds, known for its gripping narratives and in-depth exploration of criminal psychology, captured the attention of audiences worldwide. One episode that stood out from the typical format was Minimal Loss, aired during the 4th season. In this episode, the focus shifted from the usual criminal profiling to delving into the world of an entire cult and its enigmatic leader, Benjamin Cyrus. Although the episode is a work of fiction, it resembles the real-life Waco Siege of 1993, where a tragic standoff between the FBI and the Branch Davidians resulted in the deaths of many cult members. The Minimal Loss episode opens with the Behavioral Analysis Unit, BAU, investigating a group of extremists called the Believers, led by the charismatic and manipulative Cyrus. The cult has taken hostages in a compound and demands recognition of their beliefs. The BAU agents, including Aaron Hutchner, Emily Prentiss, and Jennifer Giroux, must negotiate and resolve the situation. Throughout the episode, the show meticulously portrays the tactics used by cult leaders to indoctrinate their followers, showcasing their psychological hold over them. One crucial aspect explored in Minimal Loss is the psychology of cult leaders. Like David Koresh, Benjamin Cyrus exudes charm and persuasive charisma, drawing people into the cult's ideology. The show highlights how these leaders often manipulate the vulnerabilities and insecurities of their followers to maintain control over them. Additionally, the episode delves into the profound emotional and psychological impact that cult membership can have on individuals, often leading them to abandon their critical thinking and personal agency. The Minimal Loss episode of Criminal Minds presents a gripping narrative that delves into the dark world of cults and their manipulation of followers. The Behavioral Analysis Unit, BAU, a specialized team within the FBI that focuses on profiling criminals and solving complex cases, is confronted with a crisis involving a cult known as the Sectarian Sect. Led by a charismatic and manipulative leader named Benjamin Cyrus, the cult operates in a remote location in rural Colorado. The Sectarian Sect's belief system centers around the absolute authority of Benjamin Cyrus, with members required to acknowledge him in all aspects of their lives. This devotion to a leader is a common trait in many real-life cults throughout history. Cult leaders often possess a strong personality, employing psychological tactics to control and brainwash their followers, making them willing to do whatever their leader asks. In the episode, Cyrus convinces his followers to drink a poison concoction, claiming it will lead them to a better path. This is a powerful demonstration of the cult's manipulative methods, as followers blindly trust their leader, even to endanger their lives. While the poison plot turns out to be a bluff, it mirrors the disturbing real-life incidents of cults using suicide or mass killings as a final act of loyalty to their leaders. Notably, the People's Temple, led by Jim Jones, and the Branch Davidians, led by David Koresh, are notorious examples of such tragic events. As the hostage crisis unfolds at the rural compound, the BAU must navigate the delicate situation to ensure the safety of the hostages and neutralize the cult members without causing further harm. The episode sheds light on the complex psychological dynamics within cults, where followers are often deeply brainwashed, fearful, and willing to defend their beliefs to the extreme. In studying and investigating cults, law enforcement and behavioral experts must be cautious not to inadvertently provoke a violent response from the cult members or reinforce their belief in persecution. This challenge is showcased in the Minimal Loss episode as the BAU tries to handle the situation with utmost care and strategic precision. The Waco Siege was highly controversial and tragic in 1993 in Waco, Texas. It involved a religious sect, the Branch Davidians, led by a charismatic leader named David Koresh. The group's isolationist beliefs and their leader's persuasive influence over the followers significantly escalated the standoff with law enforcement authorities. The Branch Davidians were an offshoot of the Davidian movement and the Seventh-day Adventist Church. The group was led by David Koresh, whose original name was Vernon Wayne Howell. He took control of the sect in the late 1980s and quickly gained a following due to his charismatic personality and claims of spiritual insight. Under his leadership, the group isolated themselves from mainstream society and established a compound near Waco, Texas. The seeds of the Waco Siege were sown in 1992 when the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco and Firearms, ATF, began investigating the Branch Davidians for suspected illegal possession of firearms and explosives. This investigation raised concerns about the potential danger posed by the group and led to a tense situation. on February 28, 1993, the ATF attempted to execute a search and arrest warrant at the compound, which was met with resistance from the Branch Davidians, resulting in a violent shootout that left 4 ATF agents and 6 Branch Davidians dead. After the initial confrontation, a lengthy standoff ensued between the Branch Davidians and federal law enforcement, with the FBI taking over the operation. The standoff lasted for 51 days, during which negotiations were attempted to find a peaceful resolution. However, communication difficulties and distrust between the two sides hindered substantial progress. On April 19, 1993, the situation reached a tragic climax when the FBI launched a final assault on the compound. In a move to force the Branch Davidians out, the FBI used tear gas, suspecting that the group had barricaded themselves in a bunker. However, shortly after the gas was deployed, a massive fire broke out within the compound. The cause of the fire remains controversial and is subject to various theories. Some suggest that the Branch Davidians intentionally set the fire, while others claim that the FBI's actions may have inadvertently sparked the inferno. Regardless of its origin, the fire rapidly engulfed the compound and 76 people, including David Koresh, died. The majority of the victims were women and children. The Waco Siege and its tragic outcome sparked widespread outrage and debate, with many questioning the actions of the Branch Davidians and law enforcement during the standoff. The events at Waco had a lasting impact on public perception of government actions and handling similar situations involving religious or militant groups. The incident also led to reforms in law enforcement practices and strategies for dealing with such scenarios in the future. Several similarities can be drawn between the charismatic cult leaders Benjamin Cyrus and David Koresh. Both leaders exhibited remarkable charisma and manipulative abilities, enabling them to attract and maintain a dedicated following. Their followers were drawn to them due to various vulnerabilities, and these leaders exploited those vulnerabilities by providing a sense of belonging and purpose that resonated with them. The Minimal Loss episode explored a plot involving poison, resembling the infamous events of the Jonestown tragedy. In Jonestown, Jim Jones, another charismatic cult leader, orchestrated a mass suicide through poisoning, resulting in the deaths of over 900 people. This parallel suggests that Benjamin Cyrus and David Koresh may have been capable of extreme measures to exert control or achieve their goals, even if it meant harming their followers. The isolated compound settings of the two cults are another striking similarity. Benjamin Cyrus and David Koresh operated in rural compounds, far away from the influences of mainstream society. This isolation effectively shielded their followers from dissenting perspectives and reinforced their leaders' control over their followers' thoughts and actions. In such secluded environments, cult leaders can easily manipulate their followers, making them susceptible to indoctrination and obedience. Moreover, both cults experienced hostage crises, leading to tense and potentially violent situations. In the Minimal Loss episode, the BAU encounters a cult known as the Sectarian Sect, resulting in a hostage crisis. Similarly, the Waco Siege involved a prolonged standoff between the Branch Davidians, led by David Koresh, and law enforcement, ultimately escalating into violence and losing many cult members' lives. These hostage crises illustrate the potential dangers of such cults and the lengths their leaders might go to protect their beliefs and control over their followers. Creative differences refers to the divergence in intensity in outcomes between fictional depictions in TV shows or movies and real-life events. In the context of Minimal Loss versus the Jonestown mass suicide, the TV show's poison plot turned out to be a bluff, whereas Jonestown resulted in a tragic loss of over 900 lives. Similarly, the violence in Minimal Loss was gripping but not as severe as the Waco Siege, which had a prolonged standoff and a fatal fire. Unlike real-life events, TV dramas often present condensed timeframes and resolutions for storytelling purposes, which may take much longer to unfold and resolve. We hope you found this comparison of Minimal Loss and the Waco story informative. If you have any thoughts or comments, please leave them down below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.